it's Ashley Collins. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. This video was supposed to be about values. My mentor gave me an assignment where I need to write down a list of all of my values. And I was meditating on this morning. I did a little bit of research on it last night. And honestly, a lot of the words I don't understand, which makes me sound so stupid. But I was like, I don't really know what that word means. But I guess I'll do a video on it tomorrow morning. But I woke up this morning, I just felt so agitated and so frustrated and so irritated. And I've been wanting to do this video for the past several years, actually. But I always hesitated because I never really knew the answer. So let me do a disclaimer. I don't want anyone to think that I'm telling you not to. Especially if you are in a healthy relationship, please do it. Don't let any outside opinion affect your relationship. First of all, you should know that. Don't let outside opinion affect your relationship. This is just me personally and why I do not want to get married. Well, I'll probably never get married. Since I was a wee tiny toddler, I was obsessed with marriage. I mean, if you look at my channel, I'm always referencing Disney, even though they'll probably never give me a contract. Or I'll probably never be on the Disney Plus. That's fine, I guess. I've already shot myself in the foot. But yeah, I've always been obsessed with marriage. I've always loved watching romantic films and like seeing the big dresses, and I just loved it. But I never really had a great example of what healthy marriage should look like, other than a fictional story on TV, you know? So fast forward to now, and let me give you a bit of context. I never let go of that hope to potentially one day get married, but I have a habit of attracting the wrong person. Okay, let me just stop hesitating and just say it. So with my most recent ex, we were at my cousin's house, and we would like play couples games and stuff like that. It was super fun. And one night, I don't know where I was. I think I was just sitting on the couch, and my cousins were talking to my ex, and they're like, so do you love her? Are you gonna get married to her? And he kept saying, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. And my cousin, she took him outside, and she's like, dude, what are you doing? If you don't love this girl, then like, what are you doing? You know? And then we stayed the night, and then on the drive home, he said, I want to get something straight. I don't want to get married. And that's fair. He said that way in the beginning. I remember once we were sitting down at the kitchen table, and he was saying how he never wants to get married again. He doesn't believe in marriage, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't really believe in monogamy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't really say anything out loud to rebuttal him. I just sat in silence, and I was like, you know what? Marriage is stupid. Marriage is dumb. Like, I don't need to get married to you, especially if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you, you know, so it doesn't matter. I didn't say that out loud, but I said it in my brain. But so on this particular morning when we were driving home from my cousin's after having game night, he was like, I don't want to get married, and I wouldn't get married. And if I was to get married, I wouldn't get married to you. And he gave off some reasons. And then he said, we're best friends, so let's just be best friends. I was like, okay, cool. But then, like, that just didn't really sit well with me. Because I know that I messed up a lot. I know that I get angry, but it's like, what makes me so unmarriageable? That's not a word. But you know what I'm saying, though. You know, like, what makes me not worthy of being married as opposed to any other girl or guy, you know? So, yeah, that really just rubbed me the wrong way. So, yeah. Sorry. So, I'm 31 now. And I remember I used to love those assignments in school where they're like, where do you see yourself in 5 years and 10 years? And I would always like answer it right away. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to graduate by 24. I'll be married by 25, have kids by 28, and nothing has gone as planned. And one of the reasons why I don't / never will get married is I don't trust people. I think that a lot of people are walking around wearing masks, like when when you first meet someone and like they're perfect, right? They're like they mark off everything on the checklist initially, and then eventually like you start to get to really know them and the mask starts to come off and the rose colored glasses start to come off and you're like, this was the biggest red flag ever, and I didn't know that person. And I think for me, I have very bad judgment about people. You can ask you can ask anybody this in my real life. I'm having a very hard time judging the difference between good and bad because I don't know the difference anymore. I don't know the difference between a good or a bad person anymore, and I'm always questioning that. um yeah. So I don't trust my judgment when it comes to picking a good partner. I think that people lie a lot in relationships. And I've been realizing this a lot lately. There were a lot of things that were done that when I wasn't around that I'm becoming aware of that like that he gave himself away. Like he would say, "Oh yeah, this person was saying that about you," but I'm like, "Wait a second. So you were talking shit behind my back, and that's okay to you?" Like what you do behind closed doors when I'm not around matters. And I'm not talking bad about you behind your back. To me, like I talk you up all the time, you know? So yeah, I don't trust my judgment when it comes to picking a good partner. I don't know the difference between right and wrong. And let's not make this like a bitter mean thing. Um um so there are lots of perks and benefits to getting married, right? There's a lot of government incentives to getting married. There are a lot of financial benefits to getting married. You get so many perks just for having a little trinket on your finger from the government because they make a lot of money from that, you know. And I think it's also a huge marketing strategy for a lot of businesses. Can I? So I had this idea when I was in college to write this book. It's still an idea. It's still nesting away on there. I actually started writing it. It's on my old laptop, which my ex has, which he probably already threw away. That's fine. I'll just rewrite it. But I should have emailed it to myself. Fuck. But so there's this novel that I want to write where it's sometime in the future. I don't know, probably like next year. I don't know. I never picked a year. But they figured out a way to find your soulmate, right? And once you reach a certain age, they email you whatever, they mail you whatever, your soulmate's name, and they say, this is your soulmate. Here's your marriage package. Da 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 da. Right? Like so, like the economy is booming because everyone's getting married left and right. And there's no such thing as divorce. You're not allowed to get divorced. And for some people though, their soulmate, bear with me, their soulmate is dead. 1 second, let me check the time, make sure that I'm not late for work. Oh my fuck. Hold on a second. Pause. 1 second, my phone's about to die. Oh, thank God I put on pants for this video, right? Okay. Thanks. So, yeah. So for some people, their soulmate has passed, but they say it's okay. Here are at least a list of people you are compatible with. You have such and such amount of time to either get married to them, or you could sign up for this package where you choose to be single. So regardless, the economy is booming because they're taking advantage of the fact that people are getting married, and there are single people who you have to like pay for a license to continue being single. It's really creative, right? I know if it's already probably been done. I probably shouldn't have said it out loud because now someone's gonna steal the idea. That's fine. Right away though, boo. Right away, you make your money. I don't care. So I do have this kind of faint belief that my soulmate has passed. Maybe they got in a car accident or something. Maybe they got COVID and they passed. I don't know. And I also think, and I think that people say like people like switch up when you get married. I don't think people switch up. I just think that you were so obsessed with the idea of them, but you never really fell in love with the real person. And this is something that I'm trying to get over with the breakup. The person that I fell in love with was not the person who I thought that they were. It was the person who I wanted them to be. And yeah. I would like to get married because I like the idea of spending the rest of my life with a partner, with my best friend. That sounds like it's going to be really fun. We can go on adventures together. Do I necessarily need the big dress and the fireworks? I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to. I mean, I'm a tough girl, but I'm also a girly girl. I love wearing big ridiculous dresses. I'd like to, but do I need the contract for it? Do I need to give the courts the $125, whatever the fee is right now for it? No. I know that a lot of men are hesitant to get married. I was listening to this podcast where it's talking about the main title of the podcast was Do Men Hate Successful Women? And it was very interesting because it was all men, it was all alpha men, and they're all successful. And I'm like, you guys, it's nice that you're looking at this logically, but you guys don't really count, because it's like, you guys know yourselves. You know who you are. You're financially stable, so you don't speak for the majority of the population. But it was very interesting, and something that he did say was a lot of men feel like they're losing their freedom when it comes to getting married. What are the benefits for me? And for me, my mind immediately went to, so you want to cheat, so you want to keep being a player, and that's not necessarily the case. The majority of the time, and I'm not. At first, when I was doing the research behind this, I was like, oh, the numbers, you got to say numbers. But this is something you can easily Google, just Google it. But the majority of the time if divorce does happen, the courts usually lean on the women's side. The women get the majority of the money. The women usually get the kids, and the man is just shit out of luck, So it's like, what are the benefits of me getting married to you if I'm going to be screwed in the end? I was reading some comments on a couple of YouTube videos, and one video was like, women use children like terrorists use hostages. And I was like, it's true. It's true, and it's so sad. It's sad. And another comment which I really want to read is, there is no wisdom signing a contract with someone who benefits from breaking it. I mean, just looking at breakups in general, sometimes they can get really mean and really nasty, and we can just be really cold to our partners because we feel hurt, we feel betrayed. And sometimes actions are done that you later on regret. But then those actions end up ruining that person's life. Do we need to get married? Do we need the financial perks and benefits of getting married? That's something you have to decide. How much are you willing to tolerate? And this is something that, like, I was saying to myself and to my cousin. I was like, I don't know, at the time when I was dating my ex, I was like, I don't know if I want to get married or not, right? But I don't want you to take that decision away from me. Because that's kind of like being like, we're going to go eat chicken tenders. And it's like, well, you didn't even ask me if I want to eat chicken tenders or not. You're just making that decision for me. And I don't think a lot of us know what true love is. And I feel like I'm contradicting myself because I said this before in a video. A lot of us don't know what true love is because we don't love ourselves. That's why we don't know what love is. It's not because we don't have model figures. Fuck Will and Jada. Like, that's a whole nother situation. But a lot of us don't know what love is because we don't take the time to love and know ourselves. We're so busy. And I don't necessarily mean being the best person for someone else. I'm talking about being the best person for you in order to stop wounding other people. We tolerate too much bullshit, not just in our romantic relationships. I'm also talking about in our familiar relationships. The fact that we tolerate and put up with too much bullshit with our family. I'm talking about also with our job relationships. We put up with so much shit in our jobs when we know we are worth so much more. I'm talking about the way we tolerate so much bullshit because we're so busy people pleasing. We're so busy wanting everyone to fucking like us, but you don't even fucking like yourself. So stop doing that. Stop doing that and just work on you, but not for the sake of potentially getting the reward of getting married, which I think is so stupid. Because another human being is not a prize. I feel like I'm quoting Aladdin right now, but it's true. Another human being is not a prize. You're not going to get a prize for working on yourself. Just work on yourself just for the sake of, because it makes you feel fucking good. Imagine what it feels like to wake up every morning and not dread yourself. Do it for that. Love yourself for the sake of you and not for the reward of getting fucking married. Because it's a social fucking contract. It's a financial contract. Big businesses and the government make lots of money off of it. And God, I hope I'm not swaying someone not to get married. Please do it, you know? Be happy. We need a lot more happy marriages. We need a lot more happy children out there. Do it, but do it the right way. Do it sincerely. And don't rush. Okay? And invite me. And make sure it's open bar. Okay, had to end it on a funny note. Cool. I don't know if I don't want to change my mind, actually. Because like I said, I don't trust my judgment when it comes to people. Because like I was saying, there's a lot of shady shit that was going down that I just didn't know about, and I'm starting to slowly realize. Since I have a lot of time on my hands. I had a lot of time on my hands. So I'm like, fuck. I saw it coming, but I chose to ignore it. Because he had a really pretty smile. So, cool. Don't be like me. Don't turn into a bitter old woman or man who says they're not going to get married because what are the benefits for me? What are the benefits for you? What is it that you're looking for in a partner? Make that list. Make sure that you check it twice. And I need to clock into work because I'm just rambling. Thank you. Okay. Bye. We're going to do a video one day where I'm not crying. I promise. Ciao.